Hello folks, welcome back to The Long Dark, the highly significant episode or video number 13, especially for someone who's superstitious as me, but this is the one where hopefully we are going to clinch the challenge and we're going to complete. I'm very excited, we're quite close to the end. So, same problem we had with video number 12, I made a complete muck-up of the audio recording, so we have a completely silent video with me talking over it in post-commentary, desperately trying to remember what I was going on about when I recorded the thing in the first place. The answer is, I haven't got a clue, but we are very close to the end, so we're not going to be here, hopefully, for that long. So, picking up from video number 12, we took out a deer in the previous video. We're literally 1 day of food short, and I think as I mentioned at the end of video number 12, in hindsight, if I'd have just dropped the whole of the deer that I was carrying instead of eating some of it, we probably would have tipped over the mark. But never mind, we didn't. So, we are just sleeping through the night now, heading over into the following morning, or 3 hours of daylight left. I think I head out with 3 hours of daylight left? I can't remember. The idea that I've got here is to basically head back out with enough fire starting material, find the deer that we left behind, and just harvest the rest of the carcass, bring that back, which hopefully will then tip us over so we don't have to go out again. So, popping out through the front door. Have actually gone out through the front door, having a quick look around, go for a wander, head back towards our deer. Okay, so the weather's not great, we've got one of these storms moving in. I haven't looked at the almanac for a while, so I'm not entirely sure exactly which day we're on, what type of storm we're probably getting, but we're definitely getting something. It's not great. The weather conditions really have gone downhill. But knowing how close we are to the end, I didn't want to hang around. I just wanted to go see if I could get this remaining deer and then get myself back so that I could complete the challenge, because we're so close now. So we're battling through this this less than perfect weather towards the hut with the door on. It's kind of our landmark, so we can see where we are. We're actually pretty much halfway through the challenge. Because it's 30 days and we've got 16 days left, so we're pretty much halfway through, timescale wise. Yes, I remember when I was approaching this, I was a bit worried I was going to the wrong hut, but I'd actually just left the door open, so it wasn't as clearly visible from a distance. Okay, so looking for our deer, which in this weather conditions is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to see, but it was vaguely in this direction. So keeping our eyes peeled. There we are, there it is, just in the distance. So we're going to set ourselves up next to the deer and we're just going to take the remaining meat. I can't remember if I actually light a fire next to it or not. I might just harvest it and run back, to be perfectly honest, because there's only a couple of kilos of it. So I think I'll just go for it. Although actually, that said, the temperature's not too bad. It's -3, -4. So the weather is not great and the visibility is not very good, but... Oh, okay, the visibility is now really not very good. We've kind of ticked over almost half into darkness here. And it's kind of gone into a bit of a whiteout, which is quite apt, really. But finding your way back in this is really quite a challenge. So we're kind of just heading back, hopefully in the vague direction of the hut. If we can get back to the hut, we should be okay. Because then at least we'll know where we are. There's the hut. So at least we now know where we are. We can take refuge in the hut, or if we feel confident enough, we can make a bolt back for the shore, Depends whether we can see it enough or not. At this point, I honestly can't remember what I ended up doing. I can't remember if I brought my bedroll with me again this time. I might not have done. Again. So I might have wound up having to do the same little trick. Or I might actually have had sheer determination to finish. So I might have just decided to carry on. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Sheer determination to get to the end. I just thought, no, I'm not going in the hut. I'm not wasting time. Let's just get in there. Get back to the gas station and get on with it. Flare out in case we encounter any wildlife. Again, not sure whether this is going to do it, whether we've got to cook it or not. I think it transpires that you don't have to cook it, but I didn't realise that at the time, so I think I did. Okay, so just coming back up to the shoreline now, keeping a very sharp eye open for the wolves. Not a clue what I was pointing to there. There was something, but I don't know what it was. Oh, I think it was me demonstrating how you're holding the flare when it's lit up here. I think that's what that was all about. So we haven't actually lit the flare, so we're carrying it down. Sort of like the traditional way of carrying it, but when you light it now, it holds it up above your head, like I was demonstrating there. So I think that's what that was all about. Okay, so it's heading back into the town site. We have kind of tipped into darkness now, so it's just a little bit more disorientated. God, that made me jump now, watching it back. I totally forgot about that encounter. Completely forgot about that. Okay. Do you know what? I think that made me jump more now than it did at the time. Woo. Okay, so we're heading back to the gas station. Didn't actually take much of damage from that, so that was quite alright. Okay, so just keeping an eye open as we cross the road. And I think there might actually be a wolf standing behind the gas station, but we snuck around the railing and got away with it. I think that's what I remember anyway. There we are, we've made it back inside, so we're now in safety. So what we're now going to do is, I honestly can't remember what I did at this point. Did I cook the food? I think I probably did. Yeah. So we're going to light a fire and we're going to get ourselves warmed back up and we're going to cook the food. And that's also the point where I realised I actually had a fire striker, which I'd completely forgotten about. So all those difficulties I was having lighting it with cardboard matches, I actually had a fire striker. So last video where we were struggling to get the fire lit, I actually had a fire striker the whole time, didn't realise, completely forgot, and ended up in that mess. So that was quite funny. Okay, so just getting the fire lit. I think, were we still waiting for the fire to light? There we go, yes we were. Fire's now lit, so we'll just get a couple of sticks on it. And I think I picked up a bit of the reclaimed wood because we had a fair amount more reclaimed wood than we needed, so I knew I had enough to make a fire with. I think did I end up making quite a big fire here? I think I might have made some extra water. I think I made probably a slightly too big fire there, to be honest. I could have got away with a slightly shorter one. Again, this wonderful thing of post-commentary is that you get to the hindsight that you completely missed out on first time round. Okay, so we have another piece of venison we're going to go ahead and cook. And of course, one of those bits of hindsight that I've already mentioned is the fact I didn't need to cook the meat. And if I hadn't done it, we probably would have tipped over the marker much earlier. But never mind. Never mind. Okay, so we've cooked it all. And we're going to make some more water. I think the reason I did that was that I wasn't sure if we might have dropped just below the water threshold because I'd taken some out with me. Obviously I knew that I had to drop some. I had to drop it in order for it to count. I also wasn't sure, so I'm just sort of eating and drinking to get my calorie levels up before I drop anything, I think. There we go. Just dropping some of the excess water. Has it tipped us over? Has it tipped us over? No! We're 0.6 of a day. 0.6 of a day short on food. This is ridiculous. We're so close. To be fair, again, if I hadn't eaten some of that, which is what I did, if I hadn't done that, we probably would have made it. But again, what I do know now is that you once you've ticked all the boxes, that's it. You don't then have to keep surviving for the rest of the time. Once you've ticked the boxes, that's it. The challenge is complete. The challenge ends. So if I'd have known that, there are quite a few things that I would have done differently. But again, all the way through, I didn't bother looking that up. I did that deliberately. I just thought, well, let's just play it through and see how it pans out. We'll figure it all out when we get to the end. So we're going to have to go out and do some more hunting. So we're through to the following day, and we're going to go back outside and we're going to do some more hunting. So we're going to have to go and take another deer down. So this is a bit annoying. So let's head back out. Back outside. It's quite amusing because I do actually know what happens next, obviously. And if you look very closely over there, you can see the bear and the wolf. The wolf is running straight at me. The bear is kind of lurking over there. I think again I'm sort of deciding, what shall I do? Shall I fight the wolf? Or shall I go back inside? If I go back inside I could be stuck here for a while. Shall I try and shoot the wolf? I miss. Completely missed, as I always do when I try and shoot wolves. But I think I know what my thinking was. If I attack the wolf and the wolf is bleeding and runs away, the wolf might drop. And if the wolf drops fairly close by, I can harvest the wolf meat. Rather than having to go and find another deer, I might be able to harvest the wolf meat quite close by. So, we're going to do a bit of tracking now. We're going to follow the blood trail and see where this wolf is. See if he's dropped fairly close. Obviously, it does depend on how much injury we caused and whether it's the same wolf we had a tussle with the day before. And he did! He's dropped very, very close by. So we can actually harvest the wolf. So we're going to do that. It's much, much closer to home. Much easier to do. We're at risk of hypothermia, but we're very close to the gas station, so that's not a problem. So we're going to head back this way. Obviously keeping an eye open for the bear, because we know the bear was lurking around, though we now don't know where it's gone. So around that railing. You used to be able to kind of bunny hop over these railings. You can't do that now. And sprint for the gas station. I assume I'm sprinting because I could hear the bark of a wolf. Or just because I want to get in because of the hypothermia risk. So we're going to get back inside. And we have now got some more fresh meat from the wolf. So let's see if it counts. Does it count? Do we have to cook it? Obviously we need to put the rifle back down. Because the items only count if they're actually down on the ground in the gas station. So it doesn't count if you're carrying it. So you have to put it back down. So we put the rifle back down. So that now ticks the rifle box back off. And we're just going to put down the wolf meat. And what's going to happen next? We've completed the challenge! Yes! It turns out the wolf meat does count, and you don't actually have to cook it, so we have victory celebration, completed the Whiteout challenge. Yes, we have got there in the end. It's taken us 13 days, 17 hours and 13 minutes, and 13 videos, so we've pretty much done a day per video, give or take. So that's been kind of cool, actually. Well, 13 days. I think, again, now looking back with hindsight, I've kind of hinted in both of these two videos that I've done in post-commentary. If I'd have known exactly how it worked, I'd have done a few things slightly differently. I probably would have hunted a little bit earlier. Not that much earlier, because obviously it does degrade and go off. And I wouldn't have bothered cooking it, and I just dumped it in a cupboard and saved a bit of time. Looking through, I actually have a badge. So going through the feats, because I wasn't quite sure. I was just looking at that exclamation mark. I actually have a challenge badge because we have completed the Whiteout challenge. Hopeless Rescue went hideously wrong, and we haven't done Hunted Part 1 or Part 2, or indeed Nomad. We haven't done Nomad either, but I'm kind of now in a mood to get back into the sandbox, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head back into the sandbox, and we're going to start another sandbox game. And I also have a few other things as well. We're going to be doing some Kerbal Space Program. That's definitely coming. I've been promising that for a while, and it is going to happen. And we're also going to be doing something very, very different, certainly for me. We're going to be doing some Minecraft, which I can blame my girlfriend for. It's her fault. She's got me into it. I never played it, never thought I'd be interested in it, but actually I've kind of got a bit hooked. So we are going to be doing some Minecraft, and we're possibly going to be doing some collaboration as well. So with another YouTuber, one of my friends. So hopefully this is we've got some good things coming. So next one round is going to be another Long Dark Sandbox. So I am going to say, because again I don't know where the outro is, thank you very much for watching. In fact, I do know where the outro is because I haven't actually edited till the end of this as I've been doing this recording. So, that means I've got about another 20 seconds to fill. So yes, Kerbal Space Program coming. We have some possible collaboration, and we've got some Minecraft. Minecraft might be one of the ones we collaborate on, and me and my girlfriend are going to do a series on that together, which I think is going to be kind of interesting. That's on the PS4 though, so I'm back to silly PS4 recording issues, but we'll see how we get around it. So I now will say thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.